Hey guys, how are you? Ethereum, yeah, so staying with the Ethereum, we've had a good run on the upside to Ethereum. There was a great consolidation in and around the $300 mark. Kind of set up, broke 400 and had a target through 600 and then rested. And since then we've been taking it long over here as well. It's now well on its way, so premium guys got the alert when we were breaking here. A bit of a primer set up over here. And we had 1109 on Bitfinex, be about 1095 on Polynex. This is Ethereum versus the dollar. This is Ethereum versus the dollar. So we do keep an eye on Ethereum versus BTC. And we will expect some upside, but it will be a bumpier ride potentially. But the Ethereum dollar setup is good. You saw the Bitcoin get a bit of strength and it spiked down. You just wear that and you shake it off. Nice little wind-up structure here as well after running the interim. This is why the method is so powerful. It gives you a heads up as to when you're next going to squirt again, which you did. Take a rest, squirt again and a rest. So there's still some way to go. We're sitting at 954, 1095. All the headlines will be blaring about, oh, Ethereum through $1,000, Ethereum through $1,000. It'll actually trot well through $1,000 before eventually resting. So we see it typically getting through the 1100s and then potentially having a pullback. We've had a great run on the Ripple actually against Bitcoin, a number of times set up here. Set up here for a target there, pull back, set up again. Smaller time frame, you'd have to drop for that to see that target, this setup, all of that. So keep on keeping on, and we've taken our money off the table on Ripple, and it had quite a brutal sell-off, 23s, and we climbed into Ripple, 23s down to 16. It is rallying quite strongly now, but it's getting quite choppy, which tends to happen. So I think a bit of rotation there is going on, and we're happy to be in the Ethereum. Which is doing us just really well. So keep an eye on out for that. Ethereum to 1095 on Polynex, and if you're on Bitfinex, it'll actually be the 11s. That you'll probably be looking at. In both cases, I think I'll probably run through the 11s. Remember, we run through our targets. So it's been a good run from Ripple into Ethereum, and we've got a couple of others that are not in this chart list that are doing exceedingly well for us, and a number that are setting up exceedingly well for us. So you can find out about those retrospectively as well. But there's a little bit of juice left for those that are late in here. 950 to 1100. Some of you might find that worth it, or better still, be part of the group and the cartel. Or WhatsApps are whizzing by, and get in at the levels down here so that you can take yourself for 750, 780 odd through to the 1100s with the rest of the gang. Okay, that's the update. Ethereum after rolling out of Ripple into Ethereum, looking good so far, and I would expect still the headlines to shriek about the $1,000 mark. It just shook off a bit of Bitcoin strength that's occurred, so a few people get panicky, but if you have a methodology and you know what you're expecting to do, you tend to ride that out. So that was during that powerful period there and there for Bitcoin, which has got a lot of grind lines and a lot of selling through those grind lines at the moment. So it's not doing too much too quickly, apart from this pump here, which is on quite big volume. The rest of this is quite typical volume and a little bit of grinding up on grind lines. So watch Ethereum, and if you want to come on board, find out more about what it is we do, and how you could be in a number of awesome trades. I was just looking at Scicoin again. What a beast that one is turning out into. Really powerful. Also sold off on the Bitcoin over here. Anyway, I just wanted to talk Ethereum, but I had to show you that as we're passing by. Good night for now. Nothing of this is meant as recommendations. Always ideally have a methodology of your own. If not, find people that can help you with one. Trade small. Crypto trading does not suit everybody. Usual T's and C's. Please don't take this as advice. Speak to you all soon.